It's my pleasure tonight to be Toastmaster and honor such special people who are so worthy of this award. I've known Gino through our involvement with UNICO for many, many years. We worked together on a lot of projects together, and I've learned what a true professional he really is. I've seen it shine through with everything he does. And I say this because I think it's important to stay on the good side of someone who has the opportunity to work in my mouth with sharp instruments. The last time I was in the chair, I can't understand why he kept asking me if it was safe. At first I said yes, then I said no. And through Gino, I've gotten to know Sandra, and I have the same respect for her. I recently had the opportunity to help her with some paperwork for the robotics team, and I could see her dedication and her attention to what she does and to try to get everything perfect. Boy, did I see how she wants everything perfect.
You don't live with her.
Together, what they've done, especially with the robotics team, is truly an inspiration to us all. So I congratulate both of you. To welcome everyone tonight to the Southington UNICO's 73rd Gold Medal of Honor Award, it's my honor to introduce the UNICO's club's past president, chairman of the board, general chairwoman of tonight's event, and an all-around good person, Reverend Victoria Triano.
Hi, everybody. It's so wonderful to see all of you this evening. As Mike said, I am the chairman of the board of, let me say that again. I am the first female chairman of the board of directors of UNICO. Isn't that wonderful? And all the ladies said amen. Listen, the other thing I wanted to say to you is that part of my involvement in UNICO is to see all of the, we're going to hear about it in just a minute, all of the charities, all of the good works that we do, and we're so happy that you're with us. This event is the premier event in Southington, and let me tell you why. This is not a fundraiser. Our sole purpose to be here, your ticket money went for your meal and the flowers and the little things that go into this wonderful occasion. This night, we honor someone who has been outstanding in their service to our community. Don't you think Sandra and Gino are that person, those people? You're part of this great celebration. I want to welcome you. I want you to have a wonderful time tonight. And tonight, tutti Italiano, everybody's Italian. Have a great night. God bless you all.
Thank you, Vicki, for that gracious welcome. Before we begin with the dinner, I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge some special people, some special guests that are with us tonight. I just want to name a few people. Sandra's sister, Bonnie Sika, Sandra's mother, Stacia Di Valentino, Sandra's father, Ben Di Valentino, Sandra's stepmother, Claudia Di Valentino, Gino's mother, Rosa Brino, Gino's sister, Karen Picone. I know Gino has a lot of family from New York, Sandra's boss, and her co-workers who traveled from around the country to be here tonight. So I welcome all of you. We're going to break now for dinner, and when we're done, then we'll get back to the program and have some special people come up and speak. So enjoy your dinner. we'd like to continue. We have a few people that want to speak, so I'd like to get back to the program. As you know, the UNICO Club has been an integral part of the Southington community for many years. At this time, I would like to introduce UNICO past president, Antonio Cusano, for some opening remarks on behalf of our current president, Ron Moriarty. That's not for me.
You don't mind if I use the rope? Good evening, guests of honor, members of the head table, brother and sister Unicans, and ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our president, Ron Ingerselli, the officers of UNICO, the board of directors, and most of all, the entire members of Southington UNICO, I would like to welcome you all to the UNICO Gold Member Awards Dinner. It is my distinct honor this evening to give you an overview of the Southington chapter of UNICO, who we are and what we do. December 6, 1944, the Southington chapter of UNICO began its journey. It adopted its values and ideals modeled after the founder of UNICO, Dr. Anthony Fasulo of Waterbury, Connecticut. His dream was to unite Italian Americans of our country in a national unity that would promote goodwill through civic and charitable endeavors. His motto of service above self was adopted as the motto for all of its members. Today, UNICO National has grown to become one of the largest Italian American service organizations in the United States with approximately 6,000 members. The objectives of our organization are few, but encompass a great deal. First, to stimulate the desire of each member to be of service to his fellow man and his community. Second, to foster, encourage, and promote Italian heritage and culture. Lastly, to support charitable and educational projects. There are several prestigious events throughout the year that we are honored to sponsor. The recognition of the top 25 graduates of Southington High School, the sponsorship of the Southington High School Robotics Team, the sponsorship of the Southington High School Unified Sports Program, our scholarship program, which provides $5,000 scholarship to a deserving Southington High School graduate with specific plans to continue his or her education in nursing or the medical field. Southington UNICO also awards three $500 scholarships to deserving graduates who plan to enter the field of their choice at an accredited institution of higher learning to help defray the ever-rising cost of classroom and book costs. In addition, UNICO also sponsors and supports with donations many organizations and events throughout the community. This includes Southington High School all-night graduation party, Music on the Green, Bread for Life, and Southington Community Service, just to name a few. In conjunction with Southington Sons of Italy and the Sorelle d'Italia in America, UNICO is truly proud to co-sponsor the Italian American Festival held on the last weekend of July. Beyond our local sponsorships and support, our national focus for UNICO National and the Southington chapter of UNICO is the fight against Cooley's anemia, a disease that strikes children of Mediterranean descent. Unfortunately, there is no current cure. Through research, a portable pump has been developed that is worn by the child that cleanses the blood and administers helpful medication. A significant donation is made annually in the fight against Cooley's anemia. This now brings us an honor award. This has been the ultimate form of recognition for community members to exemplify the ideals of UNICO. We have proudly given this award to a distinguished citizen or citizens of Southington every year since 1945. This year, we have the honor of bestowing this award to Dr. Gino and Sandra Brino. They truly exemplify UNICO's motto of service above self. Their dedication, commitment, and time spent propelling the Southington High School Robotics Team to national and world recognition is truly second to none. I will let other speakers share their accomplishments and accolades with you. I congratulate them wholeheartedly on behalf of Southington UNICO's president and the entire membership. As you can see, UNICO is grateful for the opportunity to serve its community. All of this would not be possible if it weren't for the people and the businesses of Southington, as well as the surrounding communities, providing our organization with the continued support that we need to carry out our mission. It is because of this support we are such a successful organization. On behalf of the Southington chapter of UNICO, we thank those businesses in our community for their generosity. Finally, I would like to thank the Gold Medal Selections Committee led by Mark Shota and William Delavecchio. The Gold Medal Award Dinner Committee led by Victoria Triano. These two committees worked very hard and deserve recognition for making this special night for our Gold Medal recipients. I thank you and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Hi, we're some of the board members for Team 195. My name is Lance.
I'm Alan.
I'm Ed.
And I'm Misty.
We can't condense everything in this short time about Gino and Sandra, what we know, what we feel about them.
We're just so appreciative of them opening up their hearts, their minds, their home to all of us and all the kids in the program. It means so much.
Sandra told me a really funny story about when her and Gino were at a dentist conference. They got on an elevator and they were talking about their kids. And there was another couple on the elevator and the woman says, "Oh, how many kids do you have?" And without a blink, Sandra said, 54. Gino and Sandra have taken all of our kids and made them their kids.
We know the people of Southington recognize all the work they do, but their work extends beyond Southington, Connecticut, beyond New England. It's a global recognition that they're touching all the hearts and helping all of these people. So, Sandra, Gino, congratulations.
With the very next words of love to be spoken, to the very next heart shattered and broken, to the very next way you're gonna use me, show me the next thing. I'll do the next thing.
For 73 years, the UNICO Club has given this prestigious award to Southington's most worthy individuals. Men and women who have given their time, their talent, and their treasure to make Southington the outstanding community we call home. Their hard work, dedication, and vision for Southington's future have left a legacy that becomes more difficult to match with each passing year. I would now like to ask that you rise in memory of our past Gold Medal Award recipients who are no longer with us. As I read their names, let the memory of their good works be an inspiration to us all, that we may individually understand and embrace the UNICO motto of service above self, as we continue to keep our community rich in spirit and bountiful in God's blessing. In memoriam, we now honor you. Edwin S. Todd, John P. McGrath, William E. Smith, Judge Thomas F. Welch, Joseph J. Fontana, Thomas E. Egan, Reverend William H. Kennedy, Carl P. Verderan, Charles E. Crowley, Bradley H. Barnes, Elizabeth K. Zidunzik, Judge Stephen K. Elliott, Pascal, unfortunately Pat could not be with us, his son is graduating from college. So thank you, Pat Brino, much appreciated. At this time, I would like to introduce the chairman of the Southington Town Council, Christopher Palmieri.
Thank you very much. Before I begin, I'd first like to just acknowledge UNICO. In the opening remarks, we heard how grateful UNICO is for the contributions in the community they make, and really on behalf of the town, I'd like to thank the UNICO Club for all the contributions you make back to our community. It doesn't go unnoticed, and we truly appreciate everything you do. I have a proclamation I'd like to present to the Brinos, but before I do that, I'd just like to say what a great tribute this is to see such a wonderful crowd here this evening. I'd like to acknowledge some other council members that came out this evening just to honor both of you. So obviously we have Vicki Triano sitting at the head table along with me. We have Councilman Chris Poulis, who's in the back, Councilwoman Dawn Maselli, Vice Chair of the Council, and Councilman Tom Lombardi, along with our town manager. So they're all here tonight in recognition of you. So it's a great tribute. I also like to say I truly appreciate the fact that I see so many of the students that you work with here tonight. It's a wonderful tribute to have the students come out and support you for this wonderful evening. So it's a great tribute to all the work that you put in for our students in high school. So thank you very much. So it's my pleasure on behalf of the Town Council to present an official proclamation. It reads, "Be it hereby known to all that the Southington Town Council hereby offers its sincerest congratulations to Gino and Sandra Brino in recognition of receiving the 73rd UNICO Gold Medal Award. Gino and Sandra Brino, Southington natives, met at Southington High School and have lived in town ever since. Gino and Sandra married in 1987 and have 2 daughters. The couple attends Faith Living in Plantsville. Gino and Sandra Brino also helped found a church in West Hartford. Their faith motivates their service. Gino Brino, a former president of UNICO, is a partner at Southington Family Dentistry, participates in week-long dental clinics in Guatemala and the Dominican Republic. Gino also has a background in manufacturing. The couple started volunteering with the Southington High School Robotics Team, the Cyber Knights, in 2008 and have been running the program since then. The Cyber Knights compete against teams in the region and around the world and have won the New England Championships the past 3 years. 4 years. We'll have to correct that. We'll have to correct that for you. Sandra Brino organizes the robotics team as a business using her experience as a project manager. The couple is in the shop every day during competition season and is constantly building or improving the robots. The program has around 50 participating students and costs about $80,000 annually. The vast majority comes from sponsors. The students really group together and have team spirit, thanks to your leadership. The success of the program is directly related to the dedication and hard work of Gino and Sandra Brino. Now, therefore, I, Christopher J. Palmieri, Chairman of the Southington Town Council, on behalf of the entire Southington Town Council, hereby extend our congratulations to Gino and Sandra Brino on their selection as the 2018 UNICO Gold Medal of Honor recipients, given the 16th day of May, 2018. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chairman Palmieri, for your presentation. Unfortunately, State Rep. John Fusco could not be here this evening, but I think State Senator Joe Markley is here to say a few words. So, Joe.
Let me say what a pleasure it is to take part in this ceremony, which I've been able to do many times over the years. I think it is the greatest honor that there is to bestow in the town of Southington. And when I look over the list, and when we heard read the list of the past recipients who have passed away, it amazes me the strength of the men and women that have been honored over the years. And that strength is really the strength of Southington. I look back and think the first time I participated in this was my first time around when Jimmy Wallace was a winner back in 1985. And it's just been one great person after another, and it's an amazing testimony to what this town has in it. And to UNICO to have the foresight and the persistence to continue this award and to keep the level of the recipients as notable and noble as it is. And I want to say in particular reference to the Brinos that it's been my pleasure to get to know them in the context of the robotics team. And you've heard a lot about how much that involves. It's a delight to see those young people involved in the events and the way that they're engaged and the things they learn and the excitement they have about an educational experience. But it's also a delight to see a couple who have such a fun spirit about them. I don't know that I've said that before about a UNICO recipient, but that are just delightful people to be around, that have a love between them and a love that they radiate out to everybody else. And it's really been my pleasure to know them and to see them in action. I have a citation from the General Assembly introduced by myself and by Representative Fusco, Representative Rob Sampson, Representative Joe Arasimowitz, the Speaker of the House, and Representative Liz Linehan. The Connecticut General Assembly offers its sincerest congratulations to Sandra and Gino Brino in recognition of receiving the UNICO Club of Southington 2017, is it? Okay, 2017 Gold Medal Award. Your commitment to volunteer work and your belief in civic responsibility has had a tremendous positive impact on the lives of hundreds of young people. As lead mentors of Southington's FIRST Robotics Team 195, the Cyber Knights, you have taken the organization to new heights and lead your students to unprecedented success. You have made your town, your community, and your team proud. The entire membership extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion and expresses the hope for continued success given the 16th day of May 2018, signed by Martin Mooney, the President of the Senate, Joe Arasimowitz, the Speaker of the House, and Secretary of State Denise Merrill. So, with great pleasure, let me give you this.
I don't think this microphone has been raised and lowered as many times as it has tonight. Thank you, Senator, for your thoughts and the gift. Before we bring up tonight's featured speaker and begin the presentation of the Gold Medal Award, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the past recipients of this prestigious award who continue to contribute to the fabric of our community. As I call your name, please stand and be recognized. Please remain standing until I've called all the recipients, and I would ask that everybody hold their applause until we're done. Joseph J. Laporte. I know he's here. Walter J. Hushak. I know he's here. Ralph Mann. William Dellavecchia. Andrew Mead. John Fontana. David Canute. Carl Verderam Jr. Louis Palmieri. James and Joanne Palmieri. Reverend Arthur J. DuPont. Nicholas DePaula. Barbara McKay. Dr. Angelo Coppola. Catherine Reinhardt. John Salerno, Betsy Tooker, Reverend Victoria Triano, Bartolomeo Camuso, Janet Mellon, Carl Sokolowski, Helen Henney, Christopher Palmieri, Michael Fasulo, yes, I am standing, Sister Marie Rose Roccapriori, and Alphonse D'Angelo. Please give a warm welcome. I'd like to ask Tyler Hanna, a robotics team alumnus, to come up for a brief moment and a few words. Tyler?
You can tell there's a lot of Italian here tonight. So, hello, fellow Cyber Knights, UNICO members, government officials, and members of the Brino and Di Valentino families. My name is Tyler Hanna, and I graduated from Southington High School and Gino and Sandra's robotics team in 2015. I'm currently a mentor on the team and an undergraduate at the University of Connecticut, pursuing medicine. Firstly, I want to thank UNICO for hosting such a wonderful dinner in recognition of the service above self of two people who have given me and so many others so much of their love, Gino and Sandra Brino. When the Brinos asked me to give this speech, I was humbled. It is such a privilege to speak on behalf of every student that they have impacted over the 12 years of their service to Team 195 and the town of Southington. But I have to admit, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. I had the paradoxical task of explaining what these two, Sandra and Gino, have accomplished in 12 years in 5 minutes. As I wrote this speech, however, the character of what the Brinos have achieved became abundantly clear. In 12 years, Sandra and Gino have built 12 robots, but their true feat was in building one of something else. I'm a part of this something else. I came onto 195 my sophomore year with a mop of hair on my head and the social prowess of a desk lamp. I never saw myself as a leader, and I lacked the confidence to pursue a career like medicine, in which I would actually be trusted with another person's life. But for every ounce of confidence that I lacked, the Brinos had a ton of confidence in me, and they never lost faith. Every step of the way, Sandra and Gino have empowered me, building me up until I believed in myself as much as they believed in me. When I felt I couldn't lead, they made me a team captain. When I felt useless, lying in a hospital bed after my appendicitis, I woke up to find Sandra sitting next to me, telling me I was stronger than any disease. When I applied for admission to medical school out of high school, Dr. Gino Brino was the one telling me what it takes to be a doctor, while Sandra coached me through the medical school interview in the few quiet rooms of Tiger, that facility where those 12 robots and so much more have been built. But what Sandra and Gino have built encompasses many more than just me. I've seen so many of my peers' lives transformed by the Brinos, by their love for their students, by their devotion to their friends, and by their compassion for others. When I asked my fellow alumni about what the Brinos have done for them, they had this to say. Thank you, Sandra and Gino, for introducing me to the friends that I will have for the rest of my life. Thank you, Sandra and Gino, for giving me a place where I could truly be myself and for teaching me that it's okay to be a little different. Thank you, Sandra and Gino, for offering to bail me out of jail should the need ever arise. I think we all know who that is. Thank you, Sandra and Gino, for showing me you're never too old to make a fool of yourself in the name of fun. Thank you, Sandra and Gino, for giving me a team that felt like home after I immigrated to the United States. Thank you, Sandra and Gino, for looking out for me like your own child, even after I graduated from your team. And thank you, Sandra and Gino, for showing me what safe, healthy, unconditional love looks like. When I began this speech, I alluded to how in 12 years, Sandra and Gino have built 12 robots, but their real impact lies in building one of something else. And as you can see, Sandra and Gino have built something much more than just robots. What they have built is a family composed of high school students, alumni, mentors, businesses, elementary schoolers, and our nation's veterans. A family whose foundation is the pure, unadulterated love that Sandra and Gino have for each other and for each and every one of us. It is through this familial love that their service above self is amplified exponentially. You see, by giving us the confidence to pursue our dreams, whether they be in engineering, arts, business, or medicine, and welcoming us into that 195 family, the Brinos have created a loving legacy that will last long beyond their 12 years on this team. When these two now grandparents retire from 195, their legacy of service above self will perpetuate as every student they have inspired makes their own mark on the world. And that is what makes Sandra and Gino's service above self so special. In closing, Sandra and Gino Brino truly represent the best the town of Southington has to offer. I know I speak for myself and each and every Cybernite in this room and around the world right now when I say thank you, Sandra and Gino, for your unconditional love, boundless support, and for giving us all a family. You have taught us the meaning of dedication, the significance of teamwork, and the importance of compassion. But most of all, you have shown us what true love can accomplish. So, thank you, Sandra and Gino, for all the love you've shown us while expecting absolutely nothing in return. We love you guys back.
Thank you, Tyler. Now I'd like to bring up to the podium the daughters of Gino and Sandra, Cecilia Zimmerman and Valerie Moriarty, for the presentation of the medals.
Hi everyone. So I'm not prepared for this, but we're just gonna go with it. So I mean, what else is there to say? Here, come with me. What else is there to say about our parents that hasn't already been said so very well by both of these men? I thank God every day for, the wonderful opportunities we've been given and the wonderful way that our parents have raised us. And, I don't even know what else to say, but we are so honored and proud of them. If that's odd to say a child is proud of their parents, but we're very proud of them. And, we're honored to call them mom and dad, and we're honored to be here. And one thing that my dad would say when we were younger is, when we would worry about things or get scared, my dad would say, "You're a Brino, you're part of this family, you're gonna make it, you're gonna be okay." And we grew up with that pride that, we are Brinos, and, we're gonna go through this life and hold our heads high and, just go through what God gave us and do what we have with what we've been given. So, we love you. And I don't know if you want to say anything, but you don't have to.
I mean, Valerie already covered most of it, but we're just so thankful to have such loving parents and just such great examples of how to be a loving couple for both of us now that we're married and starting families. And So yeah, who would have thought when I joined the robotics team back in high school that when I graduated, my parents just wouldn't, and they wouldn't leave. So they've touched so many students since I was on the team, and it's just great to see how much the team's grown over all this time, and all the love they've put into it. So we're just so thankful for you as parents, and as a fellow 195 alumni, I'm thankful for you as a Cyber Knight. Yeah, we love you.
So we're gonna do what we prepared to do, which is put these wonderful medals over their heads.
Now my honor to present to you the 73rd Gold Medal of Honor Award recipients, Dr. Gino and Sandra Brino.
Well, I was overwhelmed by all of you coming out here tonight. I just really appreciate you taking the time to come and have fun with us. That's what life is about. It's all about fun times. So I thank you all for coming out here. I have a little thank you here. I'm going to just put my glasses on because I'm getting a little old. It's hard to do this after all those speeches. I'm still feeling a little bit choked up. Warm apple fritters in the fall. Meeting my future husband in the halls of SHS. Mini golf and banner bowl nights with Fred and Jenny. And the excitement of having Gil DiPaolo help me pick up my first china. These are just a few of the many things that Southington gave to me. We're here today because somebody thought Gino and I paid it forward or gave back to Southington somehow. Truth be told, we weren't consciously giving back. It was just a matter of living our faith, loving the people of our town, and having a lot of fun. All while at the side of my best friend and husband. So, robotics is a big part of our life. Who's kidding? Robotics is our whole life. Our family of robotics mentors are truly the most dedicated people I have ever known, and really are the secret sauce to the success of the program. Now, you all know that our team number is 195. It's our identity in the robotics world. It's our name. People in that world may see 195 as a standard of excellence or the team that keeps winning the New England Championship over and over and over again. But to us, it's much more than that. I tell my students that when you wear the 195, you represent something much bigger. You are Southington, you are a Cyber Knight, and that means something. We have a saying on our team, and Rocco alluded to it earlier, and the students hear me say it over and over again before every competition. Be gracious, be kind, be 195. By practicing this, to me, they put on Southington. Southington has been gracious and kind to us, to Gino and I, and it's my hope that we've been able to encourage each and every Cyber Knight to take some of Southington out into the rest of the world. I want to thank UNICO for this amazing evening, especially want to thank those on the Gold Medal Committee for this incredible honor, and for all your hard work in putting this together. I want to thank my daughters Valerie and Cecilia, and our cousin Pat, who couldn't be here tonight, my sister Bonnie, my brother Rocco, Tyler, and everyone who traveled near and far, and some of you came really, really far to come and be with us this evening. But most of all, I want to thank Southington for giving me the best life a woman could ever ask for. In closing, to all my Cyber Knights of past and present, I wish to leave you with something that has guided me for many years, and I hope it will guide you too. Its writing is credited to a great woman, Mother Teresa. People are often unreasonable, irrational, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you may win some unfaithful friends and some genuine enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and sincere, people may deceive you. Be honest and sincere anyway. What you spend years creating, others could destroy overnight. Create anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, some may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today will often be forgotten, but do good anyway. Give the best you have, and sometimes it may not be enough, but give your best anyway. In the final analysis, it is between you and God. It was never between you and them anyway. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful evening.
Follow that. Can I just say ditto? No, I just have sort of like a Oscars list here of thank yous. Good evening to fellow Unicans, friends and family that are all here tonight. And Rocco and Tyler. Thank you for those very heartfelt words. Really brought tears to my eyes. But I don't cry.
You always cry.
Yeah, I gotta self-stop. One of the amazing things is I've never heard so many nice things said about me since the day I was born. Usually it's the other way around. First of all, though, I'd like to thank UNICO for honoring Sandra and myself with the Gold Medal Award. I'm so amazed and humbled that I stand here this evening in front of all of you, when in reality, it is all of you that helped us get here. Many thanks to my parents, my sister, and my grandmother, who were the ones that shaped me into the person I am today. I should say they tried, anyway. My father taught me so many things by just observing him. He devoted everything to his family and was the first one to lend a helping hand to anyone, never putting himself first. He was my hero. It's been almost 3 years since he's passed, and I miss him dearly every day. To my church family with community groups and men's Bible study, I've learned so much. God is now involved in every decision we make. Sometimes I don't always listen to him, and he lets me know. Having God with you every day makes life much more pleasant, just by knowing where our earthly journey will lead to. I'd like to thank Joe, Nello, and my staff, especially the ones who go on volunteer missions with me. It is more rewarding to me than those we helped just by seeing their smiles and gratitude on their faces. I'd like to thank the 30-plus mentors of the robotics team. They volunteer their time, their knowledge, and their skills to the students of the Cyberknights. The students all learn so much, get the spirit of competition, and most of all, the theme you heard, they get the belonging of family. When we say the Cyberknights family, we truly mean it. They know once a Cyberknight, always a Cyberknight, no matter where you go. Thank you to my family. I've got many of them here tonight. My aunts, uncles, in-laws, brother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, son-in-laws, my daughters. They always encourage us on this crazy journey and support us in no matter what we do. Family is truly the foundation to where anyone can spring forward from. I must also thank Sandra. Mostly for putting up with me for these past 36 years when I met her first in high school. At room 201, right? The locker 201. I saw how that made, yeah. I know it hasn't always been easy, but you are my ultimate friend and love of my life. We make a great team together in all we do, and I thank God for you every day. Many ask us, why do we do this? Simply, the answer is, why not? There is nothing more gratifying as when you see the growth of a student from freshman to his senior year. And since my children have gone off married and left me, we now have a family of 55 students every year. It is not difficult to do. All you have to do is give up some time. I could be at home watching Netflix, or I could be at the Cyber Night shop with my robotics family. The choice is easy. Let me conclude with some quotes. The greatest gift you can give someone is time, your attention, your love, and your concern. The time you give is finite, but the benefits of it are infinite. Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you can't get more time. Thank you for all of you for being here tonight with us. And thank you, a final thank you to UNICO and all those who worked so hard to put this event together. Thanks.
Congratulations again, Gino and Sandra. Truly, it's been an honor to be such a part of this evening for you. I rise now for this evening's benediction given by Pastor Jeff Hutchinson of the Christ Presbyterian Church.
It's my privilege to give the benediction, which means good word, God's good word to us. And this has been an evening of good words, and I had the privilege of being their pastor at the church they helped to start in West Hartford, Connecticut. And when I moved away, I didn't want to move too far from them, so I moved to the other side. I moved to New Haven to stay close to the Brinos. The privilege it is to have been their pastor, it was even more of a privilege that in so many ways they pastored me. And so before I close us with a time of prayer, God's good word, I want to leave us with one last good word, which comes, when I think of the Brinos, I think of this passages like this from the scriptures. May the God of endurance and encouragement grant you to live in such harmony with one another, in accord with Christ Jesus, that together you may with one voice glorify the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. And now listen to this good word. Therefore, welcome one another as Christ has welcomed you for the glory of God. In there is this wonderful secret to the Brinos, the secret to living. A moment ago, he said, when people ask them why they do what they do, he says, well, why not? But really, the logic, the answer is what we found in that good word, that they've seen how Christ has welcomed them. Receiving that welcome from Christ, they just naturally welcome others. That's the secret. They've seen how Christ instructs them, so they instruct others, empowers them, they empower others, inspires them, they inspire others. And so that's this good word, that this God of love gives us this life of fun. They've received the love, the fun of God, and they spread that wherever they go. Let's pray together. God, we receive your good word over this world and over our lives. We thank you for the blessing that the Brinos have been to each one of us. We thank you that they were not too proud to receive their blessings to them, your blessings to them, closing their hearts to you, in which case they would have had nothing to give to us. But instead, they have humbled themselves to receive all the blessings you have for them, and they just pass that on to us. A legacy of your good word, a legacy of your goodness here in Southington and to the whole world. We praise you and thank you. Add your blessing now to their lives, to all of our lives, to this wonderful town. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Jeff. This concludes the program for this evening. Thank you all for coming, for being a part of the night for Gino and Sandra. Congratulations again to you guys. Job well done. I can't say more than everybody said tonight. So thank you for coming. Drive safe, and may God bless you.
Sandra, do you want group picture with 195? Okay, can you announce? Yes. Oh, okay, yeah. So, can you announce 195 to stay for group picture?
Can Team 195 stay for a photograph, please? Team 195?
All of them, yeah.
to be humble, to be kind. It is a giving of the peace in your mind. To a stranger, to a friend, to give in such a way that has no end. We are love, we are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace, we are war. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. And to be bold, to be brave, it is the thinking that the heart can still be saved. And the darkness can come quick. The danger's in the anger and in the hanging on to it. We are love, we are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace, we are war. We are how we treat each other, nothing more. And tell me what it is that you see. A world that's full of endless possibility. And heroes don't look like they used to. They look like you do. We are love, we are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace,